GMRS radio fact number 1. Contrary to popular belief, GMRS is not a replacement for hams radios, nor is it hams radios light. In fact, GMRS is more like CB radio, so much so that many people refer to GMRS as CB radio 2.0. And this is because, according to the FCC's, GMRS is intended for individual short-distance two-way communications to facilitate the activities of licensees and their immediate family members. In other words, GMRS is intended for staying in contact with people that you already know whilst doing things like off-roading, hiking, caravanning, or other social activities. GMRS is not intended for making contacts with anonymous men in faraway and exotic places. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if that's what you are into, perhaps you should look into hams radios or the Grindr app. GMRS fact number 2, GMRS is by design very simple to use. Of course, you can overcomplicate it and buy a more complicated GMRS radio, but GMRS radios are basically very simple. All GMRS radios have the 22 standard GMRS channels built right in and ready to go. No programming required. No messing, no fussing. Just take the radio out of the box, pick a channel, tell your friend to put his GMRS radio on the same channel, gently squeeze the pull to talk trigger, and talk. If you are struggling to use a GMRS radio, then perhaps you should consider getting one of these. GMRS fact number 4, all GMRS radios can talk to each other. It does not matter if you have a Midland GMRS radio and your friend has a Boofwang or a Retevis or any other brand. If they both said GMRS on the box when you bought it, and if both radios were manufactured after the year 2017, then they can talk to each other. GMRS fact number 5, GMRS radios and FR radios can all talk to each other. FRS radios are those low-power, cheap radios that you find online or at Walmart and are sometimes referred to as bubble pack radios. FRS radios usually have these small, rigid antennas. They also have 22 channels and are usually very, very inexpensive. And every single one of them can talk to anyone that is using a GMRS radio. GMRS fact number 6, all handheld GMRS radios give pretty much the exact same FARs. This means that this GMRS radio that costs 30 monies has virtually the same FARs and can talk to someone just as far away as this 200 monies GMRS radio. GMRS fact number 7, the power output of a GMRS radio does not really matter all that much. You will never notice any difference in FARs between a 4 or 5 watt GMRS radio and an 8 or 10 watt GMRS radio. Nor is it likely that you will notice any difference at all between a 25 or 30 watt mobile GMRS radio and a 50 watt mobile GMRS radio. You may notice a difference between a 3 or 4 watt GMRS radio and a 50 watt GMRS radio, but that difference is probably not nearly as much as you might imagine. GMRS fact number 8, there is no security nor privacy when using GMRS radios, irregardless of what the box says. Privacy tones, security codes, and sub-channels do not give you any privacy on a GMRS radio in any way. GMRS fact number 9. As mentioned in fact number 2, there are only 22 GMRS frequencies, plus the 8 optional special frequencies for repeaters. There is no such thing as subchannels and no such thing as any GMRS frequencies other than those 22 basic and 8 optional repeater frequencies. A GMRS radio that can store 100 channels or 1,000 channels cannot transmit on anything other than those 22 and 8 standard frequencies. All those other channels are for listening only or for transmitting on those basic frequencies with additional settings saved into the channel. GMRS fact number 10. In despite of all the stories, fairy tales, and legends that you may have read about online, in the last 15 years, nobody, and by nobody I mean no individual human person, I'm not referring to business entities. No person has gone to jail and no individual person has been fined by the FCCs for simply talking with their friends on a GMRS radio on GMRS channels without a GMRS license. Anyone telling you otherwise is either lying or stupid, and probably both.